Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make this simple but beautiful choker. It's encrusted with 4mm bicones and look at this sparkle, so beautiful. Halloween is approaching and I decided to make it in Halloween colors and even decorated it with some skull beads here. But if you're not a Halloween fan, just, go with any beads you want to. I also want to mention that I made this choker for a young lady. That's why it's quite small. But in this project, we're going to use right angle weave. And with this stitch, it's very easy to adjust the length of your necklace. If you're interested, keep watching and we will talk about the materials you need for this choker. For this project you will need 6mm Swarovski pearls. You will need 3mm check fire polished beads. You will need 4mm Swarovski bicones, and also you will need Miyuki seed beads in size 11/0 and 15/0. You will also need your thread, and I'm using Fireline, and a beading needle. I'm using size 12. For the decoration of your choker, you can use beads of any size and shape. There is no any requirements for that. It can be a combination of any of these beads you're going to use in your work, or if you've got any other beautiful or fancy beads in your stash you want to decorate your choker with, please go ahead. This part I will leave for you, what beads you're going to use here, but I will show you how to add them to your choker. To start with your project, prepare a thread of comfortable length. It's a very thread consuming project, and leave a long tail as well. Because this is right angle weave, you will be able to use your tail to carry on with your work, and I think that's what's great about it. So I already prepared my needle. And we will start our project by picking up one 3mm fire polished, two 11/0s, one 3mm, two 11/0s, one 3mm, two 11/0s, one 3mm, and two 11/0s. Three. Okay, so this is what you have on your needle. Slide them down and make a loop by going through one 3mm and two 11/0s. Right. That's how it should look. And now we're going one more round to reinforce this loop. So we need to pass our tail. Okay guys, I reinforced my loop, and you see where my tail is coming out of this bottom fire polished 3mm. So we need to come out of the top 3mm. So we're going around this loop. And I'm coming out of my top. So now we are turning it around so that our thread is coming from the bottom fire polished, just like that, and this is the tail coming from the top. Pick up one 6mm pearl. We're coming out of this bottom from the left side, and we're entering the top fire polished from the right side, from the opposite side. Okay, just like that. Pull your thread, place it in on top of this loop, pull your thread. Now we're coming out of this fire polished and we're entering this pearl again, just like that. And you see at the bottom, you see that we entered this pearl from the left side, And now we entering the same bottom fire polished from the right side, just like that. And you can actually adjust the pearl so that it's exactly in the middle. Yeah. Okay, congratulations, you've just made your first unit, and I will show you how to add more units to it. So now we are coming out of this bottom fire polish, and we need to pick up 2 11-0s, one 3mm, 2 11-0s, one 3mm, 2 11-0s, one 3mm, and 2 11-0s. This time we only need 3mm fire polish because we already got the 4th here, right? Just coming out of this bottom fire polish and entering it from the opposite side, okay, to add a second unit. Now I always like to reinforce all my loops, so I will go around this one more time, and I will see you once you've done it. I will see you at the same spot. Okay guys, I reinforced my loop, and I like doing it because it helps to keep the perfect shape of these units, and I definitely would recommend to do that with every loop you add, with every unit you add, to reinforce it first before you put the pearl on top of it. Okay, so now we're coming out of the top fire polish. Pick up one pearl. We're coming out to the left, and we're entering the bottom fire polished from the right, just like that. Just create that diagonal. Place your pearl on top of that unit. Okay, adjust it a little bit, pull your thread and adjust it. Now we're entering these pearls again from the other side of that bottom fire polish. Pull your thread. And now we see that we entered this pearl from the left side of this top fire polish, so we're going into the right side of this fire polish, right? Like that. Congratulations, we completed our second unit. Now to carry on with our work, we need to come out of this bottom fire polish. So we just will go around our unit. Okay, I will show you one more time how to add the third unit. So we're coming out of this 3mm fire polished, and we need to pick up 2 11-0s, one 3mm, 2 11-0s, one 3mm, 2 11-0s, one 3mm, and 2 11-0s. So we will only have 3 fire polished, but 4 sets of 2 11-0s. Okay, I'm coming out of this fire polished and entering it from the opposite side, just like that. Pull your thread. Okay, and now we need to reinforce it. So I will see you once you've done this one round around it. Okay, I reinforced my unit. Now pick up 6mm pearl, and I'm coming out of this top fire polished from the right side and entering the bottom one from the left side, diagonally. Place your pearl just on top of it, and enter the pearl again. And make sure that you enter in that top fire polished from the opposite side than when you started, okay? Just like that. Okay. This choker is going to be 3 units long. So now I will show you how to turn around. And in order to do that, it doesn't matter which way you want to go, but I would prefer to go from the left to the right. So in order to do that, we need to come out of this right fire polish. And this is where we're going to do a turn. And you will see how easy it is to add new units to this work. So pick up 2 11-0s, 1 fire polish, 2 11-0s, 1 fire polish, 2 11-0s, fire polish, and 2 11-0s, just like that. Coming out of this, coming from the bottom, right, towards south, and I'm entering the same fire polished from the north, just like that, to create a loop. Now this is important that I reinforce every loop, so just go around it and came out of the same fire polish. Okay, so I reinforce it now. And in order to add our pearl, because we all, if you noticed, I like when my pearls are added from the same side. So, you know, they added from the, either from the north or from the south. So in order to do it to this unit, we need to proceed to the next fire polish, just like that, to the bottom one. So the next one is the bottom one, right? And at this point, we're going to add our pearl. Pick up 1, diagonally adding it to that loop, pull your thread, entering the same pearl, okay, just get it centered. Entering the fire polish from the opposite side. So you will see that from every pearl there are 2 threads coming out, opposite sides of fire polish. So that's what keeps the pearls exactly in the center of this loop. And now we need to advance our needle to this top fire polish. Here it's going to be a slight change because we already got 2 beads out of 4 we need to have in this unit. So what we are doing now, we're picking up 2 11-0s, entering this fire polish to connect it. And if you're not familiar with right angle weave, I would definitely recommend to find some materials about it. It's quite an easy stitch. There are lots of online tutorials about it, especially YouTube tutorials. So now we need to pick up 2 11-0s, 1 fire polish, 2 11-0s, 1 fire polish, and 2 11-0s, just like that, and enter this bottom fire polish to make our unit, just like that. Okay, so now we need to reinforce it, so I would go around it and I will see you here once you added your pearl as well. Okay guys, I added my pearl and I'm just coming out of this bottom fire polish. Now we need to advance our needle to this top fire polish and keep building our units. Just like that, pull your thread. So this time we are going to add our unit this way, right? So for that we need to pick up 2 11/0, 1 fire polished, 2 11/0, 1 fire polished, and 2 11/0, just like that. Because we already got 2 fire polish, so we only need 2 fire polish on our needle, and we enter in this fire polish to make another unit. Drop my between these 2 fire polished we will add 2 11/0, like we usually do. Now we need to reinforce it, and after you reinforce it, add a pearl, and I will see you here. Okay guys, I added my pearl and it looks like this. I really like these colors. I think it's gonna be a really good looking choker as well. Now we need to advance our needle to this fire polish to start building our units, right? From the north to the south. And I will show you one more time how to do a turn here. 2 11/0, 1 fire polished, 2 11/0, 1 fire polished, and 2 11/0, 1 fire polished, and 2 11/0. Okay, so coming out of this, coming from the top and entering from the bottom to make a loop. Okay. Now let's reinforce it. I will see you once you went around it one more time and coming out of the same fire polish. Okay, I reinforce it, and as I mentioned before, we will be adding pearls only either from the top fire polished or from the bottom fire polished. That's why we need to advance our needle to the nearest bottom or top fire polish to add this, so that all our pearls look in the same direction. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to add a pearl. I added my pearl, and now I need to come out of this bottom fire polished to keep building my units. Now we've got this fire polish, this fire polish, and this fire polish, which is going to be 2 fire polished of our unit. Pick up 2 11/0, connect this fire polish, just like that. Pick up 2 11/0, 1 fire polish, 2 11/0, 1 fire polish, and 2 11/0. So you will always start and finish with 2 11/0 and enter this top fire polish of this new unit. Okay, pull your thread. Now we need to reinforce it to go around it one more time and add our pearl. Okay guys, I added my pearl, and I hope by now you already know how to carry on with it, how to add more units, and that's what you need to do till you get to the desirable length of your choker. One more thing I wanted to mention: if you run out of your thread, make sure that you completed all 3 units, and then just turn around your work and start working with your tail. Okay, just going this way. And please remember that we always add pearls either from the north to the south or from the south to the north. So all their holes are lined up and all in one direction. Okay, that's what will make this choker perfect. I will see you once you get to the desirable length of your choker, and I will show you what to do next. Okay guys, I'm back. I hope you got to the desirable length of your choker and also made some adjustments for your clasp. I'm not gonna do the whole length of my choker because this is right angle weave, and I can show you what to do with your choker even with a small sample of this. So let's pretend that I'm just at the one end of my choker and I'm coming out of this fire polished, which is between two pearls. And now we're going to add a little loop here, which will hold jump ring in the future for your clasp. Okay, so I'm coming out of this fire polish, and what I'm doing now, I'm going through the next 11-0, which is down below. Okay, just like that. Pull your thread. Here we're going to pick up 3 11-0s, 3 11-0s, and we're going to enter the 11-0, which is next to the fire polished on the top. Okay, so we went down 1 11-0 and we entering the top 11-0, which is next to that fire polish. Okay, just like that. Pull your thread. This is the loop we created to hold our jump ring. So now we need to reinforce it, and we're going to pick up 1 15-0, 1 15-0, and we'll enter the next 11-0, the bottom 11-0. So we've got 2 11-0s here, 1 top and 1 bottom. We are coming out of the top one and we're entering the bottom 11-0. We're making a loop, just like that. So the 15-0 is going to be placed in between those 2 11-0s, just like that. And now we can reinforce it. Okay, go around it. Once you're coming out of this top 11-0, just go back into the fire polish. Now we're going to weave around so that we are coming out of this for 3 millimeters fire polish. Okay. Here we're going to do absolutely the same. We've got 2 11-0s next to the fire polish. One is at the top, one is at the bottom. We enter in 1 11-0 at the bottom, just like that, picking up 3 11-0s, 3 11-0s, and entering the 11-0, which is at the top next to that fire polish, creating a loop. And now we're connecting those 2 11-0s by adding 1 15-0 between them. So I'm entering the bottom 11-0, just like that, just like that. And now we're reinforcing this loop by going around it. And back into that top 11-0 and into the fire polish. Okay, so we added 2 loops at one end, and the same way you add 2 loops at the other end. Okay, now we will talk about this embellishment. And as I mentioned before, I made this choker for a young lady, so her neck is quite small, and I've got 14 embellishments here, 14 of these embellishments. If that would be a choker for me, I would go with 16 of them. So I would add one more on the left and one more on the right. What you need to do now, once you've got your choker in front of you, you need to find that middle lens where you will have your embellishment. For example, I've got 25 pearls here in every row, and with 14 of these embellishments, I've got 6 pearls left on the right and 6 pearls left on the left. Okay, so that's what you need to find. You need to find where is going to be that part of your choker where you're going to add your 14 or 16 embellishment, and ideally it needs to be exactly in the middle. Okay, let's pretend that I found my middle lens of my choker, and this is going to be this 3 row of pearls, and I've got 2 rows left on the right and 2 rows left on the left, and this is where I'm going to add my embellishment. I would strongly recommend to start a new thread for this embellishment, and the reason for that is because if in the future you want to change your embellishment, it's going to be really easy if you add a new thread, because you just can cut your embellishments off and add new, and it's going to be way easier. Okay, so what we need to do, we're going to move from the right to the left, okay, and enter with a new thread, enter the 3mm fire polish bead just here, just between 2 pearls. And this is exactly where we will add our first embellishment, and then we will move from the right to the left, okay, from here to here to here. Okay, I'm entering my fire polish with a new thread. Right, pull your thread, pick up 1 11/0, 1 4mm bicone, 1 11/0, just like that, and enter the next fire polish down below, and look how perfectly that bicone fits into that spot on top of this hole, right between units. Okay, coming out of fire polish, pick up 1 11/0, 1 bicone, and 1 11/0, and enter the next bottom fire polish. Just like that. Pull your thread. For the embellishment, it's actually you can improvise here, because you can have different lengths of your embellishment. I will just show you what I've done, and then I will explain to you how you can vary the length of your embellishments. So we're coming out of this bottom 3mm fire polished, and I'm picking up 5 50-0s, just like that. Then 1 11/0, and then my embellishment bead, and I will go with my bicone. Okay, 1 11/0. So I will always have 11/0s on each side of my embellishing bead. Okay, so I've got 1 11/0, 4mm bicone, 1 11/0, and now I'm picking up 3 50-0s, slide it down, okay, and I'm entering the 11/0, and all the other beads we added just like that. Pull your thread. Okay, and this is what you get. So at the bottom you will have this little piqué, like a little set of 3 from 50-0s. It's up to you if you want to have it. Sometimes people just prefer to have 1 50-0 there, but I like this little like triangle shape ends, so I will go with that. And pull your thread so that your thread is not visible, and enter the bottom fire polish. Okay, now we are coming out of this fire polish, and we need to go around to get to the fire polish on the other side of this unit. Okay, I'm coming out of the next bottom fire polish, and at this time I'm adding 8 50-0s, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 50-0s, 1 11-0, and this time my embellishment bead is going to be a pearl. 1 11-0 and 3 50-0s to make a nice finish at the bottom. Okay, slide it down and enter your 11-0. So the all seed beads you added. Your thread. And enter the bottom fire polish. So now we will embellish with 4mm bicones this row. Pick up 1 11-0, 1 11-0, 1 bicone, 1 11-0, and enter the next top fire polish. Okay, just like that. Now again 1 11-0, 1 bicone, 1 11-0, and we're entering the top fire polish, just like that. Okay, now we need to go around that unit to get into position to embellish it, to embellish that row. So I'm going around and coming out of this fire polished, picking up 1 11-0, 1 bicone, 1 11-0, and into the bottom fire polished. Okay, at this point you will repeat the same steps which you've done here, right? And you will add this embellishment as many as you need, either 14 or 16 or even more if you need more. And what's the different lengths I achieved here is basically just the different number of 50-0s I was adding at every embellishment, and there are only 3 different numbers. It's either 5 50-0s, 8 50-0s, or 14 50-0s. And the sequence here, if you want to repeat exactly the same way I've done, I've got 5 50-0s here, 8 50-0s here, then 8 14 5 14 5 5 8 14 5 8 5 14. Okay, and the bottom is always 1 11-0, and then your embellishment bead, another 11-0, and then just 3 50-0s at the bottom to do this piqué. And sometimes, like for example in this skull bead, I used 3mm fire polish bead, but only because the hole was so big that my 11-0s were just going through it, so I had to add a bigger bead. But I hope you enjoyed this video and you've got an idea how to finish this choker. One thing to mention, those loops we've done at every end, you just add a jump ring in there and your clasp, like I've done here. And look what I've done on the other end. Also a jump ring into that loop and an extension chain, and your choker is ready. I would really appreciate if you share your pictures of your chokers on Facebook or Instagram. Just tag me. I'll always love to see like what colors people are using, because that's where I get my inspiration. Thanks for watching me. Enjoy beading and see you next time. Bye.